This crazy drama will make your life feel better. First story, there's something going on in my house that has me a bit stumped. This story came January 27th, 2026. For the past couple of days, I've had this issue. I'm pretty sure someone is in my house. But I can't exactly prove how. And yes, I have called the police this morning. They don't seem to know either, but I'll get into that in the next couple of paragraphs. I'm 24 female, if that'll help in explaining my predicament. I live alone. I keep a tidy house, more so than most people. My bedroom can be a bit disorganized at times, but the rest of my house is well organized, which is why I was able to detect that something was off. I came home from work a couple nights ago and I found a bottle of scotch sitting on my stove. It was my scotch. That's not the mystery. I use it for cooking. It sits near the stove, never on it. And I don't remember the last time I even had my hands on it. I was able to convince myself that I had maybe moved it while cleaning the counter and subconsciously put it there and hadn't realized that I did. I'm still not even against believing that, but I'm making a point. The second thing I noticed, which I know wasn't a fluke on my part, was an energy drink sitting in my fridge. I like to drink the grape NOS, but I like to drink them warm, and I'll leave them out for an hour or two to let them warm up. I never put them in the fridge. But while I was running errands, I got back and found this thing sitting in my fridge, which I just wouldn't do. It was in the very early morning hours, about 2 a.m. give or take, and I could hear footsteps inside my house. They weren't on the floor though. More specifically, they were on the ceiling. I have a metal roof and the sound of something hitting that is very different from the sounds that I was hearing. These definitely sounded like they were coming from the attic. Bro, if you tell me someone's living in your attic, because those stories exist. Squatters, or whatever they're called, where they just live in your house. Also, I don't have an attic. Well, that changes everything. I called the police. They were not very helpful. There wasn't much that they could really do. They looked around my house for entries. Nothing seemed to stick out. I did this myself, but I felt a second set of eyes could hopefully point me to something that I didn't see. But as I stated, they weren't much help. Not trying to take jabs at the police, but it is what it is. I worked the day shift today. When I got back home, I found a few of my ceiling tiles on the ground. This was alarming. It was like someone had stepped through my ceiling. I have no clue what to do. I had my neighbor from next door come over to help me find a place that someone could have gotten into. My windows are always locked. There is one place on the outside of my house that is theoretically able to be accessed and entered through, but it would require a ladder and a screwdriver to get through, and I just don't see how someone could access that without raising alarms from the neighbors. Any and all advice and recommendations are welcome. And because I know people will suggest this, cameras are already ordered. Yeah, because right now I'm feeling ghost, maybe. I don't know, I'm feeling a lot of things. Edit. I feel the need to clear a couple of things up that seem to be confusing people. First, I was in a jumpy state of mind when I initially wrote this, and I'm realizing I wasn't clear on explaining some things. I've addressed it in the comments, but I'll address it here to hopefully be more informative. The "I don't have an attic" comment was a poor choice of words. I mean that there doesn't appear to be any way up there that anyone has been able to find from within the house. There is obviously a way up there, but a challenging one. There's definitely space for movement on the upper portion of the house. Oh, I am moving so fast. I don't even need to know. I don't even need to know what's in there or not in there. I'm out. Second, the NOS. I completely take responsibility for this one. I did absolutely zero to clarify what I meant. The flavor of NOS that I like isn't sold commercially in packs from the grocery store. I have to buy them cold from the cooler at the gas station, and then I let them sit out to warm up. I understand that my initial explanation was a bit confusing, and I'm sorry about that. Also, I called my older brother and I asked if he would come and check out my place with me so that I can have an unbiased set of eyes on the property to see if a conclusion can be reached. People expressed concern that I was staying in the house alone, and I very much appreciate not only these users, but everyone who offered advice. I will be staying with my brother and sister-in-law until the matter is resolved. Yeah. I don't like that you're living there alone. Another update, culprit found. Not what I was expecting, but a handful of commenters were right. I'll update a full post when I have a minute. I'm fine. I'm safe. I'm not in the house. Okay. Thanks to everyone expressing concern. I won't be staying in the house anymore. I am going to find somewhere else to live. What the hell is it? Luckily, we have the update. And the update came the very next day, January 28th, 2026. You were all very helpful in your suggestions, and quite a few of you commenters were correct. If it wasn't for the insistence of the comments, I would have assumed that I was still doing things correctly and may be dead sooner rather than later. I called my older brother and I asked him to check out the house with me to see if there was something in the house that I was missing. He was able to get a look at the entry point at the top of the house. The screws weren't turnable, and he eventually abandoned the attempts to prove it. There was a very unlikely chance that anyone was using this to get inside, but the scarier part is coming right now. Carbon monoxide was a big thing recommended as the culprit in my original post from the comment section. I informed most users that I have not one, but 2 carbon monoxide detectors in my home. I was very convinced that this wasn't the reason behind it. But my brother had decided to check my fuse box, which is located on the outside of the house. One of the fuses was turned off. It just so happened to be the fuse that was powering the outlets being used for the carbon monoxide detectors in my house. He said with the recent freeze, it was possible that the fuse had frozen and then switched off gradually once the ice had thawed during the day. I don't know about all of that, but it sounds plausible enough. Finally, once the fuse was turned back on, he recalibrated my carbon monoxide detectors, and they were higher than normal levels of carbon monoxide detected in the house. With the heat running and without proper ventilation, I seem to have been doing these strange things, in an altered state of mind or just downright hallucinating. As for my ceiling tiles on the floor, I don't know, but it was near a closet, and when I looked at an old picture I had taken inside the house when I was first trying to rent the property, I noticed a picture of the tiles hanging loosely from the base. It must have been one of those things my brain just termed as irrelevant information and never fully noticed it. The falling was seemingly just a natural occurrence, and my brain conjured it up with further paranoia to fuel my delusion of an intruder. So that's it. Mystery solved. I'm also going to get checked out tomorrow. I feel fine and I've been breathing natural air for a few hours now, but I would rather be safe than sorry. Okay. People talk about carbon monoxide all the time and that it really can be super dangerous and have you you honestly don't know. Anyways, I've heard a lot of stories like this and it's crazy. And now I'm paranoid about my own. But we have someone coming to do a test. They come and test them, all your fire alarms in my condo, once a month, and the carbon monoxide. So now I'm gonna be double check, okay? Because I read a crazy story the other day. Next story. I'm staying at my boyfriend's house 2 hours away, and I found out he cheated on me the entirety of our relationship, and we have said text messages of the cheating, which I'm so excited for. Not for you, selfishly for me. I've been staying at my boyfriend's house for the past few days. We have been having a lot of problems in the beginning of our relationship with a girl that he's been friends with for 5 years now. My gut kept telling me something weird was going on between them, but he kept telling me that there was nothing between them and that it was just in the back of my mind. I decided to go through his phone yesterday and I saw these messages between them in his recently deleted. I know I shouldn't have gone through his phone, but I needed to know why I couldn't let go of the feeling that I had from her. Your gut is always right. I'm lost and confused and so hurt. I want to tell the girl off so badly because she knew about me the whole time and kept playing along with everything. I'm so hurt and I don't know what to do. I don't feel it is enough at all, and especially because another woman can do this to her own gender. It's sick and so cruel. What do I do in this situation? I can't leave for another day and I feel horrible and distraught. Being stuck there after finding that out. Ooh. Let's check out the text messages. Sorry, girl. I'm sorry that I'm getting entertainment out of this. All right. So the first photo of the chat, we have Julie. Ooh, real name. All right, so the conversation starts midway through. I didn't see that watching it tonight. You're the one with the baby button ever since you lost all your ass. Does it have audio? Hold on, let me grab my headphones. Wait, low key, boyfriend, I was gonna lose my shite. Dead ass though, you took noodles. I can say nude. I just like saying noodles. You took nudes in your girl's house, then sent them to me. Nah, but honestly, for you, it ruined my mood. Okay, not really sure because we're only getting a piece of the conversation, but the fact that took nudes at your girl's house and sent them to me. That's all I need to know. Next screenshot. All right, when you're free tomorrow, text me so I can call you, okay? I'll call you, I promise. Okay, and don't worry, when will you be free? I called, but I guess it was a bad time. Oh, sorry, I was asleep. I'm off at 10, your time. I figured, LMAO, and bet. Just call me, I should be up, and if not, just spam me. Have a good shift. Heart emoji. Thank you. Heart emoji. All right, they're calling, they're a little lovey-dovey. Next picture, cause you were supposed to follow me and you never did. I forgot. Sorry, I'm going to bed. Good night. Try again, babe. Like you have some sense this time. Good night, babe. Good night. I don't know what that says. That's in another language or a nickname. I don't even know. Love you, babe. Oh. Dropping the L word, calling you after work. Merry Christmas, Julie. Hope you have a great time with your family today and stay safe. As always, you know I really care about you regardless of whatever situation we're involved in. Definitely hope you get a nice gift with how thoughtful you are. Christmas tree heart emoji. They're calling each other babe, saying I love you. Ooh. All right, and then the last screenshot, B word is mad she got rejected twice after using the only thing she could, that chopped body. What does that mean? Either way, thank you, Julie, for staying solid once again. I'm sorry you're thrown in the middle of crap, but ATP, you're honestly not. Kendra and me both have that B word blocked and she doesn't even worry about you anymore, but I want you around more than anyone else. Is this man's talking to more than one person? Is Kendra girlfriend? Anyways, we get the gist. This is just to show us and give us some context to the story. All right, well, that's where that post ended. So I don't even know if girl left the next day, what happened. But if you found out and you're stuck there for a day, are you confronting it head on and then staying there? Or are you gonna like fake it, get through the day, go home, and then balls to the wall, go insane? See, I just don't know if I could fake it. I'm pursuing acting, as a lot of you know, but not even an Oscar-worthy performance could save me in that. I would struggle big time with not being able to say anything and just pretending everything's okay. Let me know what you guys would do. We got some more stories, but you know the drill. We're gonna hydrate first, all right? We're hopping on hydration station. Drink your water. It's good for you. Cheers.
Hello. Hello. Would you like to say hello to your friends? Hello. Your hair's in your eyes. Do we need a haircut soon?
Okay. Giving zero energy. Zero energy to the channel. Yeah. And please subscribe for this really great content that Lila's providing. Next story. My boyfriend flipped out when I stayed over at my friend's house during a girls' night in. Oh, I'm seeing red flags everywhere, and I haven't even started the story. This story came March 3rd, 2016. Oh my God, a decade ago. That can make me throw up. Gavin and I have been together for 8 months now. We met because he lives in the same building as my best friend Tammy. They are 10 floors apart. There was an instant connection, and he's honestly the sweetest, most thoughtful person I've ever dated, which makes the following problem so confusing to me. Tammy and I went to university together and we have a lot of mutual friends. As Tammy has an extra bedroom in her condo as well as a sizable pull-out couch, her pad is the go-to place for our visiting friends to stay. Our 2 other best friends live a few hours away by train, so every few months since graduation, they come down to the city and we have a girls' night. That is so fun. We've done weekend trips for special occasions, but as we're all fairly busy, I get to see them maybe 3 times a year. We do typical things that we did when we were teenagers. Talk about boys, periods, have pizza eating contests, face masks, etc. We usually pass out from food comas early in the morning and make brunch when we wake up. It's a ton of fun and reminds me of our university days. I want to do that. All my friends are in their 30s and they're married with kids. Oh, I want to have fun. Life is just so different. The first time I had a girls' night was when Gavin and I had just reached 3 months of dating. I shared Tammy's guest room with a friend and we went about our normal routine. Gavin asked how my night was. I said it was great. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Last weekend, I had another girls' night and I stayed over there again, as per usual. When I woke up in the morning, I had a text from Gavin that asked why I didn't come home with a bunch of question marks. After our friends left, I went upstairs to talk to Gavin and he seemed super pissed. He said he hoped I had a good time with my friends and if I wanted space from him, I should just tell him. I asked what he was going on about and he just had a weird outburst about how immature of me to have a little sleepover with my friends and that as my boyfriend, he was supposed to come first. First of all, you're never too old for a sleepover with your friends. I hope I'm having sleepovers when I'm 55 years old, okay? I love when my friends come to visit because we actually have like girly sleepovers. If you're new here, I live in Toronto. My hometown is Windsor, Ontario. So when people and my girls come to visit me, oh, it's like having a sleepover. It makes us feel young. I asked why it was such a big deal that I wanted to stay at Tammy's for the night, and he just kind of snapped and said that if I care about him, I would have come home to him and that I was picking my friends over him. He said that he thought the last time maybe I got too drunk to come upstairs to be with him and said that was all right, but this time was unacceptable. I told him before that I would be staying at Tammy's, but he said he didn't think I was serious. Am I the only one not seeing the big deal here? I spend 3 to 4 nights at his place a week and I see my friends once every few months. Am I overreacting? Is he? He hasn't brought it up since, but I can tell he's still annoyed. Yeah, he's overreacting. Cuckoo bonkers. Cuckoo bonkers. What are you on about? Like, what are you on about? Ugh. I'm annoyed, as if it's me. The next update came 10 days later. Reading all of your comments really helped me open my eyes. Gavin's behavior was controlling and immature, and the way he shut down my attempt to have a discussion with him is not promising. This is our first actual argument, and I don't like this side that he shows when he is in disagreement. For days after the sleepover, he was very cold and unaffectionate, which I see now is very manipulative. I decided to give him one more chance, and I sat him down for a discussion about what happened that weekend and why he was so bothered by it. I asked him politely but firmly why he had such a problem with me hanging out overnight with my college friends and what he expected me to do in the future when we planned another girls' weekend. He got very quiet and said that he didn't want to talk about it and that I should just drop the subject. I told him that I wanted to get to the root of the issue, and as obviously it upset him and frustrated me since I didn't think I did anything wrong. He finally said that he thought that since we were in a serious relationship, if I'm in close enough proximity to come sleep with him, I should do it, as he's my partner and therefore my priority. He repeated the last bit a few times and then added that he didn't get why I wanted to spend so much time with my friends anyways. Shouldn't he be enough? That really put things into perspective for me. I ended up telling him that while he was very important to me, he wasn't the only person in the world that I wanted to spend my time with. And I did not appreciate being policed about how I spend my time with them. And if he wasn't all right with that, then maybe it was best that we go our separate ways. Reddit, he effing exploded. He literally leapt up from his chair and started yelling about how he knew this was going to happen, how those betches were poisoning me against him all along, and all of this other nonsense. I got the F out of there as fast as possible. I've never seen a turnaround like that before, and it was terrifying. I've already blocked and deleted him off social media, and I let Tammy know what happened. Since he said some pretty awful things about my friends and they live in the same building, I just wanted to warn her just in case he does does something insane, like go to her apartment to scream at her. He doesn't know her apartment number, just knows that she lives a few floors below him. I thought they were 10 floors apart. I feel horrible that I might have dragged her into this. She's staying with her boyfriend for a few days, and my roommate's boyfriend will be staying at our place for the next week, just in case. Thanks to everyone for helping me get out before the relationship progresses any further. We had been talking about getting a place together after our anniversary, which gives me chills to think about now. Y'all, I'm telling ya, you really don't know someone. It takes a long time to get to know people. You gotta go through stuff with them. You gotta go through good and bad. You gotta really see how somebody is. I don't know why people are rushing into stuff these days, man. Oh my gosh, I see it all the time. Engaged after a year of dating and stuff. And by all means, your happiness, do what you want in your life. I'm just saying, from my perspective, you never really know someone in a year. In a year? 1 year to get to know their That's okay. That could just be from my own experience. Maybe I'm projecting, but I just feel like it does take some time to really get to know people. That's all I'm trying to say. I also love love. So when people are in love, I'm like, oh, and the healthy love. When people are in healthy love, I love love. So I'm happy for you. Anyways, let me know your thoughts and feelings, you guys. I will see you in the comment section. Stay classy out there. Stay sassy. See you tomorrow.